Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry. I've got a short video for you today, and sorry, I was really trying to get an Azuma review this week. I just didn't have the time to test play the ships efficiently, and I will try to get that next week. But this battle was one that I was playing in the Z52, so obviously it's a tier 10 game, and it's a carrier game. And we're up against Manfred von Richthofen, Schlieffen, Monty, Double Shima, and Fletcher. Pay attention to the divisions. We actually have two divisions in our team. We've got the friendly Haku and the Jinan, and the Delny and Schlieffen in our team, both being in a division. But you would assume that, you know, divisions maybe, especially that they seem to be from the same clan, might be, you know, having tactical control of the game. So let's go. I'm on a Z52. We're playing Hourglass. Hourglass is one of those maps where if you're going down the flank, you have an awful lot of difficulty supporting your team on the other side. Because if you're going around the outside, then you are pretty far away from everything. You can kind of reach the center, but not an awful lot more. So I know that there's a carrier, so the very first thing I do is get out of the way of where the carrier could go, which, given that it's a Manfred von Richthofen, I am almost assuming straight ahead. But I also have smoke screens in case I need them. And let's see if the carrier is scouting. We have the Delny on our side here, and I'm not sure where the Jinan wants to go, but the friendly carrier has scouted a single destroyer on this flank so far. And the friendly carrier seems to be going after said destroyer. So let's see if we can get a little bit more information what that is, if it's one of the bot DDs or if it's something else. But the destroyer is hectically maneuvering, and we have managed to avoid being detected because the Manfred von Richthofen is not going down this flank. That is not a bot because of the camo. And this is not a camo that a bot would sail. So I've got a Russian destroyer with me here, and that's a Fletcher. He doesn't know we're here yet because no one's been scouting us, and the Jinan is very sneaky. The enemy team is not defending this flank. So that Fletcher now sees the Russian destroyer, and suddenly a wild German destroyer appears on his side, and he's going full brown alert and smokes up. But that is not going to help him. He has torpedoed the Russian destroyer, which is never going to do anything. But I'm pushing on. I can see where the AA is going. The carrier keeps him spotted with the fighter. So excellent play, by the way, from our carrier here. And that is a dead Fletcher. And now the cup is wide open. So what's the enemy team doing on the other side? Well, there's a Manfred von Richthofen for me to shoot at. And suddenly, not scouting this flank is coming back to bite him big time. I mean, it's a Manfred von Richthofen, so I'm going to have to actually be a little bit careful with the secondaries. Yeah, there they come. But I want to make it into the capture circle at least before I smoke up. I mean, this thing has hydro. I was going to avoid most of the airdrop torpedoes here simply by the act of stopping. Now he is moving forward. That's what I was waiting for. So let's lead the torpedoes a little bit. He might be turning. I'm almost at the point where I can smoke up. I just want to be inside the capture circle. And the enemy team is so focused on pushing the other flank and has abandoned this flank completely that we're now starting to cap in a second once that Manfred von Richthofen is dead. And that that tactical misplay is going to cost them the game, because now the rest of the enemy team has a hard choice to make. Do they continue pushing, because the friendly carrier is taking on the destroyer, and the friendly battleship is securing the cup? Whereas there's three of us here. We've run and even the Jutland is joining. We've completely run the flank. The Schlieffen and the Montana now have a huge problem, because while the Schlieffen can send, there's also a Shima. Yeah, with the Jutland, a Delny, and a Jinan, and a a German destroyer in the capture circle, there's absolutely nothing happening. And now they've dithered for too long. They haven't decisively pushed our capture circle to counter cap. They've lost the flank, which has cost them their carrier, and I think that Schlieffen has beached himself, or has gone AFK. I'm not sure. So that might have something to do with it as well, that Schlieffen went AFK. But you see, the problem is that while the flanks can be relatively difficult to control because you are on this map relatively far away from everything, if you're not keeping your flanks, this happens. So this was an extremely short game. This could have been different if the Manfred von Richthofen would have scouted the flank, knowing that the Fletcher was alone on that flank, and given him air support. We might not have been able to pull this off if we had been coming under concentrated carrier attack. So make sure to keep your flanks clean. It is very important, and especially if you see that your team is pushing very, very heavily on one flank, you do need to do the minimum at least to hold the other flank. So just something to remember that these things can be important. But yeah, that was a funny one, and that's it for today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.